All right, Leah, welcome back to Real Talk, Real Purpose. I am your gracious host, Martine. First and foremost, we have to thank the Lord for everything and that we have in our blessing, and we have to thank Him for waking us up. And when He puts us to sleep, we will have to thank Him when we are safe, when we go to sleep with a full stomach, when we don't have anybody suffering, we don't have any friends who are sick in the hospital struggling. We have to say thank you, Lord, for everything you have done, and your love is amazing love, and I appreciate my Lord as much as I can even tell you how much I appreciate the Lord. Now, today's show I want to do is I want to do a show on humility, because I'm looking at the internet and everybody about self-boasting and showing off and buff off the chest, but yet they are miserable. Nothing is enough. They don't have enough. They everything, nothing is ever satisfying. But yet they think that showing off their status, their cars, and I am so and so, I have this business, I am all about my money, but yet they are miserable. And one thing God does not appreciate is people that are not humble. So when I was looking for the definition of humility, because I always have to fact check and make sure that when I'm coming to you guys, I come correct, because I know the haters out there are going to be coming for me, and I'm always ready, right? Now, humility is, as it says, it's knowing, being able to put yourself, not put yourself, it's to be able to put others above yourself, which is something with society right now, I don't think it's something that we are doing at all. That's a tough one. Now, true humility is often described as lowliness of mind. It's like a lowliness of mind, and that's from the Bible. It's in Colossians 3 verse 12. And what it's saying is that it's an inward heart attitude of total dependence on God, rather than a self-deprecating outward demeanor. This is something we need to learn and teach our children, because we do not know, well, this society does not know how to be humble. Okay. What does the Lord require of you? What does God require of us when it comes to humility? Well, it says to do justice, right? To love kindness, and then to walk humbly with God. How many times you wake up and say, oh, I'll see you tomorrow, but we never say, if God's willing, I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, I'm going on vacation in this month and that month. And you never say, if God willing, I'm going on vacation. If God willing, I'm about to do this. If God willing, I hope I can do this. If God willing, I hope I can do that. Because actually, you are not in control. We are not in control. And when you think that you're going to wake up tomorrow to meet somebody, and you might have a rude awakening, and then it does not happen. So we need to know that He is always in control. Okay. Now, when I'm thinking about humility, it's not something, it doesn't mean that you have to think less of yourself. Not at all. Okay. So one famous person, C.S. Lewis, says that it's you thinking of yourself less, way less. And some of us, we put a butt above our heads, and we don't understand that it is not up to you. You are not in control. And understanding that is what is going to either make you happy or is going to make you miserable. Because when the more you think you are in control, the more God's going to show you His power. Okay? Now, humility is a choice. You choose to be humble. Most people choose to be jerks, but most of us with home training, and those of us who goes to church, and then we know there's a higher power, we choose to be humble because we know we are not in control. But there's a lot of people out there that don't understand that concept at all, right? So one thing when I was reading is like 1 Peter 5 verse 6 says, humble yourselves therefore under God's mighty hand, that He may lift you up in due time. A lot of us want everything from God yesterday. Well, He does not work on our schedule in due time. If you want something badly, and you don't get it, it's not God punishing you. It's him telling you that is not good enough for you. Wait until I can give you what I think you deserve. So just be patient and just wait. If it doesn't happen, it's because it was not for you. And when God gives you, he gives you plenty. You will not even believe the stuff he will give you. Okay? Now, they say humility is not it's not a feeling. People think it's a feeling. It's not a feeling. But what it is a deliberate decision, to submit to God's authority. We don't think, well, most of us don't even, especially with social media right now, the way people are walking around, and I don't even think most people know that there is even a God. But they will find out sooner or later, and I hope they wake up soon, right? And another thing too, a lot of people don't understand that with James 4 verse 6, it says, God opposes the proud, but gives grace to the humble. He even said, an elephant can fit through an eye of a needle, then a rich man go into the gates of heaven. He does not like boasting. Everybody who thinks they are first will be last. So if I were you, get off your mighty high horse, get down on your knees and bow to the person who is actually in control. Okay? Now, the way I like to, I use like a metaphor I'm trying to use here, is think about your pride is as a conductor, right? And it blocks electricity, which is God's grace. Right? And then humility, think about it like favor and wisdom with the shame that follows the pride. If you think about it that way, then that will at least help you figure out exactly what you need to do and how to be humble. Right? Now, the Last Supper, Jesus, the Son of God, sat down and washed his disciples' feet. Most people don't even want to give you a foot massage. Now, he washed their feet, and back then, that was the most demeaning thing to ever do, is to wash somebody's feet. But he did. He washed their feet, and most of them didn't even want it. They're like, no. We're supposed to be washing your feet. He's like, no, please allow me. It's just to show you, even God had to come down to live among us and wash our feet. And we think we are the one in charge. I don't know. Now, and I always tell people, do nothing out of selfish ambition. Okay, if you're selfish, it never works out. Never works out. So instead of that, do it with humility. Value others above yourself. Try to do that. That's also in Philippians 2 verse 3. Okay, you have to understand that we are not in control, people. We are not in control. So we have to be mindful. Okay. Now, another thing also, you have to understand that asking for help. A lot of people don't even want to ask for help. People don't want to they don't want to ask for help. People feel as though, they have to do everything by themselves. I always say that I give everybody 100%. I start everybody with 100%. And then I start deducting as things happen. And then, but I get to a point and I'm like, all right, so should I cut them off? But as far as Jesus is concerned, we need to forgive 70 times 7, 777. It's infinite. We have to forgive. And it is very hard for me, and I think it's very hard for everybody to forgive. I think it's been worse to forget. But when you think about who is in charge and how he's forgiving everything we do every day, and every time we wake up and we don't say thank you, we don't even acknowledge that God exists, and he still let the sun shine on everybody's face, the people who love him, including those who don't, people who believes in him, including those who don't, people who trust in him, including those who don't. He doesn't say, you know what, I'm going to take the sun, I'm going to put it on my people, and then you two can, you people can stay over there. He still shows us love, and he's still every single day trying to have a relationship with us. And we think we know so much, and then we forget that humility, and we forget that boasting, it's not going to work. Every time you boast, it's a sin. Every time you boast, it's a violation of of divine law. You are not in control. You're not in control. And the best way to live your life is to allow God to be in control. And once you relinquish that command to Him, I guarantee you, you're gonna wake up every day without any worries. You are going to be much happier because you know He got this. Every single time you pray, you don't ask for 2 years of food. You don't ask for 6 years of meat stored in your freezer. You ask for your daily bread. Daily bread. I don't remember which movie I was watching. This guy was like one of those people that, always prepare for the worst, and he was stacking up food. He's going hunting and cutting deers and all of this stuff and shoving them in his freezer. He had stacks and stacks of food and water. And then when the emergency did happen, he ended up getting hurt, and someone trying to come to, someone went to trying to help him. And before he passed away, he told people that, to go in the house, that there was storage there. So the whole time he thought he was collecting all of this stuff wasn't even for him. You think you have 2 years of food, and you're boasting. You think you have 2 years of food. You think it's for you. It may not even be for you. It may not be even for you. Now, I know I keep trying to remember which part where there is one story in the Bible where Jesus had to ask, he says, the disciple to cut wood, and then to leave the wood for travelers that were passing by, so that they can have the wood. And they're like, wait, why are we doing all of this? Is it for us? He's like, no, you're leaving it for the next person. You leaving wood for the next person. When the next traveler who needs wood, they'll come and they'll see it's there. We need to be able to think less of ourselves. And people think thinking less of yourself, that means, you're nothing. No. Actually, it's not. It's the opposite. I was talking to a young kid today, and I was like, listen, walking away from things that it's easier for you to just walk away from situation versus into getting in there, because most people don't understand, by you walking away, you are showing way more strength than if you stood there and then just lower yourself to that person's level. So be humble. That is going to help you way more in the eyes of God than boasting above of your chest and showing off on Instagram and showing off on everything. Everybody has, popping balloons this and popping balloon that, but 2-3 hours and swiping and watching videos of people getting hurt, but yet you ask them to go to church for 30 minutes or sit down and read the Bible for 30 minutes. Oh my God, it's the biggest chore. It's the biggest chore. But anything that is of this world is more attractive. We also need to understand that God loves us, and there is going to be a time limit when He is going to close the door. A lot of people don't understand that when Noah was building his ark, he wasn't hiding it. People saw that he was building the ark. They made fun of him. He invited them to come. It didn't sink in until the rain started happening and the water started to raise. And then when God closed that door, nothing was going to open it. So what I'm saying is, right now, we are getting close to the end of time. And if you want to believe it or not, Noah's Ark is being built. You need to either help him build the ark or get ready to get in there, because once that door is closed, there will be no turning back. We need to think. We need to choose. You're going to be a time where you're going to have to choose, and I hope you guys make the right decision. I, for myself, is not the type of person who will even be talking to you guys about this. Being able to talk about this, and me myself finding, how to be humble myself in my everyday life and around people, and trying not to snap at people, and trying to understand and give everybody grace. It's a struggle for me as well. So I'm not taking myself out of the equation, and whatever I am trying to tell you guys, I'm listening and applying it to, into my own life. So until next time, Take care of yourself. Love each other. This is Real Talk, Real Purpose, and I am your gracious host once again, Martine. Until next time. Bye for now.